Hi everybody! Welcome back to Tips for You. Today I want to show you how to cut your own bangs. Adding bangs to your look can really make a difference for your overall hairstyle. You have to consider though, before you cut your bangs, the type of face shape that you have. Because not all styles of bangs work fine for all kinds of face shapes. For example, if you have a round face, you really don't want to have one of those straight across bangs that are very heavy because you're just going to make your face look rounder and fuller. What you want to do in that instance is, we're all trying to achieve more of an oval face. So if your face is round, what you want to do is perhaps add a little height to your bangs and keep them thinner or wispier or side swept, because that will hopefully elongate your face and make it look less round. Similarly, if you have, say, a square face, if you're a square face shape, you don't want to have those same blunt bangs going across because they'll just make you look more angular. So what you want to do there is keep it softer, maybe notch the bangs, and I'll show you how to do that to keep them softer, maybe a little bit longer on the sides, and again, keep them more wispy, side swept, softer. Even just a little bit of a layer will do fine too, but not that straight across look. So I'm going to discuss with you some different techniques that you can use to help you decide what kind of a bang that you want, and then you can try it on your own hair. Cutting bangs can be very quick and easy, but you can also make mistakes. So one of the first things I always say is cut your bangs dry. Because of the fact that they shrink up a lot, many times the biggest mistake that we all make is we cut them too short. And then you walk around and you're unhappy for weeks until they grow down a little bit. And you can always take off more. So definitely be conservative in the beginning and take off less, because you can always go back and take a little bit more. So let's get started, okay? So what you'll need is a nice pair of hair scissors. And these are by Tweezerman. I got them in CVS, the ones that I've been using. They're like 20 bucks or so, and what's good is that they have a lifetime warranty, that if you need sharpening, you can just send them back and they'll sharpen them for you for free and then send them back to you. So, and I would suggest you have a wide tooth comb because it helps to keep the tension off of the bangs when you are combing them down. The first thing you want to do is you want to decide how heavy you want your bangs, like how much of a bang you want and this type of bang that you want. Do you want a fringe, or do you want your bangs, like we talked about, straight across, or do you want them graduated so that they get longer on the sides? That's what I do. I cut my bangs so that they come a little bit longer as they go down the sides, and I leave them a little bit long, and I have a little bit of a layer in them, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's assume you don't have any bangs, okay? I do. And if you don't, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the top of your head and you're going to decide how far back you want bangs. Like if you have, for example, a short forehead and you want to elongate your forehead, well, you can go back a little bit with your bangs, and you can start them back, further back a little on your head to give your head create a little bit of an elongated look. Or if you have a very long forehead and you want to shorten it a little bit, then you can do the opposite, which would be to start your bangs closer to the hairline. So the first thing you're going to do is decide how much hair do you want. I say start with 1/4 of an inch from the hairline. So if this is the hairline, you go back about 1/4 of an inch and you'll make kind of a triangular cut down this side, and then you'll make another triangular from the part and you'll cut straight down this side. And you bring it forward. Now you have your little bit of bangs, right? That's your first. That's only about 1/4 of an inch. This is a thin fringe. This is not a heavy bang. If you want more bang, what you're going to do is obviously go back further and take more of your hair and bring it forward, and more of your hair and bring it forward, until you have the thickness that you desire. Now, my suggestion is you comb them down with a wide tooth comb. You start in the center I'm going to cut the center first, and I'm not going to cut them because they're actually at a length that I like. And also, in order for me to show you all the techniques, I would have to cut my hair in a lot of different ways. And so what you're going to do is you're going to cut the center bangs first. And if you've got really long hair and you want to bring it up, decide where you want to bring it up to, go to your nose first. If it's long, go to your nose and then work your way up. I wouldn't really suggest you go past your eyebrows. To the eyebrow is about, I think, the nicest look. You could keep it a little longer than your eyebrow. So just cut this little center piece, and if you need the comb to help you, you just bring it down like that and then just cut straight across. Now, because I like mine longer on the sides, then I will go to the side parts now, and I will cut on a slant. And I will cut this way on a slant so that they start where the middle one starts, where I've cut the middle one, and then I'm going to cut. Now mine are curling this way, see? So that's why you can't, that's why it almost looks like it's the same length as the center, but it's not. And then you cut on a slant going down. And then you come and you do the other side too. Now, sometimes when you do the other side, it's not as easy because you have to kind of go this way with your hand. You can't use your other hand to cut, if you're not lefty. So you'll have to cut from this side and gently go up as easy as you can, okay? Also for your fringe, if you're going to just have that little fringe we talked about, if you take the hair and you move it away from the head a little bit and cut it, you're actually adding a little graduated end to it, which kind of gives it a little movement. That's a nice thing to have if you're going to have just a plain straight bang fringe with no layer, and you want just a little interest at the bottom just to give it movement. You'll do that. Now you would just have a fringe bang. If you wanted to have, like I do, which is a little bit more bang, and you want some layers so that it can give you a little volume and a little height, which is nice for a lot of looks, then you take down a little bit more hair than I took here. Okay, so I have a little bit of a thicker bang. See, I have not a lot though. I have just a little bit. And you do the same as I told you. Always start in the center and you work your way down. Now, see how when I pull it up, the hair folds and some pieces are shorter and some are longer, which I think is a very nice, soft look. It's a softer look for your hair. What you're going to do is you're going to comb your bangs down. You're going to leave some of the bangs that you cut. You're going to take your comb and you're going to go right across the hair and pick some of it up. And you're going to leave the bottom layers. You want to make sure it's even. So if you have to pull out a little bit, that bottom layer of bang is going to be left down because you want that to be the longest part of the bang. Now you've got the top area of the bang. This part, you comb it, you hold it up, okay? And you're going to take the scissor straight up now, because when we cut straight up, we're going to cut this part shorter, and it's going to lie on top of the part that's already sitting on our forehead, and it's going to be like that layered look. So you're going to cut across this bang and then drop it, okay? And that is going to give you 2 tiers of length. So you're going to have the bottom length, which is lower, and then you're going to have the length on top, which is longer. Just make sure when you grab that other part, that, top part of your bangs, that you keep it in the center of your part, the center of your nose, and you bring it together, and then you cut it. And that will create that little layered effect. When you cut the little layer on top, Don't worry if you cut it holding the hair this way or this way. Try it both ways. It seems to come out pretty nice both ways. You can hold it like this, you know, so that you're putting your fingers parallel with your part and just bringing it up straight and then cutting it. So that's what I normally do. I just hold it up like this and cut it straight between my fingers. And one more thing I'd like to point out to you. It's called notching or point cutting, and it's when you hold the scissor like this, and what it does is it lightens up the ends of the hair, or it kind of makes a little bit of forehead show through. So if you have, even if you have layered bangs, or if you just have a fringe, or if you have heavier bangs, this is great for heavier bangs, what you're going to do is comb them down straight, and you're going to take the scissor, and with the pointed end you're going to cut into the hair going across every so few. Now the further apart that you space them, the more choppy that it'll be. And if you really want to have your notching noticed so that you can, you know, really see dramatic differences in the bangs so that you can see through them, you keep the scissor on an angle, a slight diagonal, and then you'll cut across into the bang. Only about 1/4 of an inch up the bang, or so, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch up. And if you really want to remove a lot of weight from the bang, if you have a heavier bang, then you can go in, you know, as much as you want, 1/2 an inch even or so. And if you hold the scissor upright like this and cut across into the bang, then it will be less noticeable. It's more conservative. But if you, like I said, hold it on a diagonal, then you'll have more. And if you can also do it to the little part that you layered. You just bring the little bit of layers up, hold them up there. You can even bring them in front of you if it's easier. And you just bring your fingers to the end and then chop it in. Okay? And then it'll just remove some of the weight, and it'll make the ends more noticeable. I've done it before on my little top layer that I put in, and it looks very nice. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it will inspire you to try to cut your own bangs if it's something that you've been thinking about doing for some time and never had the courage to do it. Hopefully you'll see how easy it is, and you know that there are just some certain techniques to doing it. And basically it's just deciding what kind of a bang that you want and how much of a bang that you want. I like the triangular cut. Sometimes people will just take the comb and just, you know, if you want a really wide bang, you just go from one side to the other and then pull back the hair, and then, you know, you've got a really wide bang. But start small. You can always add. That's my motto with anything with your hair, because you get experience as you do, and you know you kind of trial and error. You can figure out what you didn't like the last time that you did it. Okay, so thanks so much for viewing, and please subscribe. I have a lot more to come, and I love your comments, and please visit me on my blog spot. I do a lot of writing there, lots of interesting things I think you'll find very helpful as well. Okay, thanks so much for viewing. Bye now.